policy on the Swell website because it's required.
Yeah,
I can send you one if you don't have one, but
no,
I
we do have one. I thought
yeah,
we
look for it. I didn't see it.
okay. You know what? It's not. It must not be linked at the footer. I'll get that added.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I appreciate you bringing that to my attention.
sure. And like I said, you may want to bring it up to the rest of the people
Yeah, I
today if they're going
will.
to build websites for their real estate.
Yeah, so we have one added. It's just not linked in the footer, it looks like, or maybe that was readjusted. Okay. I'll definitely work on that. All right, so it is 12:02, guys. We'll go ahead and get rolling here. Today, what we'll be doing as
Oh.
get this added. So what I wanted to do was, as a lot of our agents have been moving over to Go High Level, I wanted to make sure that obviously there's a bit of a learning curve for most, especially any first time users of Go High Level. It's important that we really there's so much to the platform in terms of everything that we can do from a marketing standpoint, from website build outs to landing pages, lead gen, social media, reputation management. I mean, you name it, email marketing, text message marketing. So there's a lot we can do with the platform, and it can be very easy to get pretty overwhelmed pretty quickly. And so I wanted to break these huddles up into just once a week, hour-long sessions where we kind of choose a different topic each time. For instance, today is going to be about building out your custom website, and just to better help with the adoption rate of the platform. Not to say that you guys can always contact me for any support and have one-off sessions, because I know everybody's a little bit different in terms of what they're trying to achieve with the platform. Some might be using it purely for email. Some might be using it purely for Google My Business or for their CRM or for automation and workflows and things like that, or every single one of the components you could be using it for. I just want these to kind of have a little bit more structure to it where we choose a different topic each week and we go through it. So, uh, so we'll kind of get into a little bit of today. We're not gonna, for the sake of time, of course, I want to do our best to keep it all topic or theme related. So again, in this case, the website build out using Go High Level is their website editor, the software, and so we're really going to try and stick just to that. So careful not to kind of segue off to anything else. But again, like I said, it could bring up different areas that maybe you're having trouble with or you have questions on, and do not hesitate to reach out to me and we could address that off the call. But this is a good way to kind of get kick started because again, with Go High Level, one of the biggest foundational elements of it is to have a website in place. So this is where you're going to drive leads. This is where you're going to market your content. You can do a lot of stuff, and it really stems from having your own website. As compared to just having a basic landing page off of the brokerage website, right? So we'll just go ahead and dive right into it. So I am going to share my screen. All right. So if you can't see my screen, just anybody can take yourself off mute and let me know. But right now it should just actually be a picture of our website, sellwithswell.com. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and log directly into Go High Level. Let me put this down here. Okay, so when you first log into Go High Level, I refer to it our left-hand side dashboard. This is where basically everything's going to be housed in terms of the marketing suite. I'm going to go ahead and log into our account for the main brokerage. And what you will see to go to the site builder, down at the left, there's an option for sites. So if we click on that option there, and again, just so everybody knows, these are recorded. I'll send them out after they're done, loaded to the Zoom cloud library. So again, if you miss something, you can always go back and watch the recording. Um, So once I'm in sites, you're going to see a bunch of options here at the top. Today, we're really just going to be focused on the websites tab because we're building out the website. But you'll see some other options, funnels. So again, Go High Level option provides the option to set up lead funnels and capture and things like that. You can even do things like setting up webinars. Say you wanted to do a buyer's webinar or something like that, or sellers or anything. Analytics, traffic to your site, setting up blogs. You can even do, I mean, if you have a WordPress site, you can opt to do WordPress. I find Go High Level to be a lot easier, but again, that's integrated. And then, of course, things such as like all your forms, your form builders, surveys, quizzes, your chat widget, and then QR codes. QR codes, of course, is another popular area we won't get into today, but being able to have your own QR code and set up different action, call to actions and destination URLs and so forth when somebody scans your QR code. So whatever you're doing, I don't know how many people use QR codes, but it does have that option there. So we're going to go ahead and click on the websites option. And for all of our Swell agents, you've already been preloaded. Go High Level has something called snapshots. And what snapshots are, they are preloaded basically systems that are already loaded into your account when you get set up with us that come with all real estate related campaigns, follow-up campaigns, right? So centered around buyers or sellers or for your investor clients, email templates, website templates. I mean, there's a whole array of stuff that comes with these snapshots. So it saves you guys the time from having to create your own follow-up campaigns. Meaning, what language to use in a text message or in an email, how often to be following up with somebody who came to your site from a buyer standpoint and was looking at a specific listing and signed up, or a seller who came to your site and put in their address to get a home valuation report. How often is some of this repeat stuff going out, the frequency, the dialogues, things like that. So all of this stuff is already loaded into your account. One of the things that also comes loaded into your account is going to be one of your website campaign or website templates. It's actually labeled just the name of the theme is called Cancun Real Estate Search IDX Broker. So you'll see that here. If you don't have it in your websites area, let me know. We'll have to reload that snapshot template. But you should have it. So excuse me. So if you see that option, pick up. Oh, one. Oh, never mind. Love that. So if you click on that, this is the theme that will be shown. Okay, so you'll have an option there. This is basically what the theme looks like. And what these themes, they really save a whole lot of your time, right? Because you're not having to worry about going in and recreating a site from scratch. And again, all this stuff is customizable. This is just an out-of-the-box template that's built and preloaded in your campaign. So it comes with, it comes with a search box that's all connected to the MLS. So somebody can go here, type in an area, view properties, and all that jazz. So this is already loaded, and again, we're gonna dive into that here today. But this is already loaded into your account. It has some basic pages, about us, contact us, things like that. We can always edit, remove, and we'll dive into that. But I just wanted to show you guys that each one of your snapshots or accounts comes with this pre-built template. You'll actually see, and the other option too is we've had some agents who said that they like our brokerage main site, the theme, the website that we built out for that. And so just to let you know, you can have access to this as well, right? So if you like our main brokerage site, and again, there's just some customizations that you'd like to make, maybe you'll change out the photo, change your logo up, make it your own. The template is certainly optional for you to use for your business. You can change all these tabs up here, but again, you have that option. So, so you have, our main site that you can spin off of. You have the Cancun Real Estate Search IDX Broker theme. Let's say that you don't like any of them and you want to do something totally different. So when you're in the websites area, if you click on plus new website, the top right blue button here, what's going to happen is you have two options, from blank or from templates. Now, from blank, again, this is kind of more for the advanced users. If they want to build something from the ground up, or you have a go high level website developer out there, they might use something similar. What I would do, just to save you guys a whole lot of time, is just go ahead and start from template mode. Okay, that way everything's already structured, layouts are there. You could always go in and change color schemes and imagery and content and things like that, which I'll show you how. But if we click templates, this will go ahead and load up all the loaded templates available within high level. Let me fire this text off real quick. Now, what you can do is you can define this a little bit further. And if we click show more, we can actually select the real estate vertical. So you'll see there's actually 46 templates available in the real estate sector. Okay, it's not to say that you can't use something else under the categories. I mean, you might see, home services and see something in there that you like. Again, all these are customizable. You can change the wording, the imagery. What you're doing here as far as the template is really just looking for your best layout, the layout that you prefer. So for the sake of this training, we're going to go ahead and go to real estate. And again, you'll see a whole slew of different templates that you can choose from for your website. And actually, if you scroll over, if you hover over any of them, you'll have a choose template button option or a preview button. So you can actually preview the template before selecting it, and you can see what it looks like. Okay, so I just created this one. Can take a look here. There's also at the top different versions of what you can see. So if you click on the middle one, this will be what it looks like on a mobile device. Okay, and then this one, I'm not sure. I guess this is just another specific aspect ratio. But if we go back here, so again, this is kind of what it looks like. Now, if you want to use this one, all you have to do is click choose template up here at the right, and then that'll build that out. That'll open that up in your website's area here. So it'll just flow on down the line. You guys get unlimited sites. I mean, you can build however many websites you want. I mean, look at this as kind of like a draft. These are not, well, ours are published, but any ones that you have now, we still have to connect the domain and publish them. So don't worry about feeling like anything you add here is going live on the internet. This is your editor. Okay. And so we'll dive into the editor here in just a second. One of the things I do want to mention before we go ahead and dive into all this, there is many agents, of course, do like to connect their domain name, right? So you're going to probably want to have your own website domain that's connected to the custom site that we build out, mattsellshomes.com or mattsellsva.com, whatever that domain name is. So in Go High Level, you have a couple options to do that. You can bring that domain in from your current registrar. So some of you might use Wix or Squarespace or GoDaddy. You can bring that domain in and transfer it in to Go High Level. They can be your new registrar, and you can pay, it's usually like 11 or 12 bucks for the year to have them as your domain registrar, pretty much the same across the board, no matter who you use. Or you can just repoint it to Go High Level. Or if you don't even have a domain yet, you can buy it right from Go High Level. But let me show you where you're going to go to do that. So if you click on settings at the bottom left, you'll see an option for domain and URL redirects. So if I click that tab, you'll see the different options that we have. So right now, of course, we already have our sellwithswell.com that's been transferred in. You'll see that it's managed by Ionis. So that is actually our domain registrar. We don't use Go High Level. We just have it transferred in as an external domain. Okay. This is usually probably the easiest thing to just do. I mean, again, if you use GoDaddy or something like that. And what you can do is at the top right, there is connect the domain. So if you already have an existing domain, then that's where you'll go to transfer that in. If you don't have a domain at all and you're going to start from scratch and buy one through Go High Level to connect to your website that we're going to build, then you'll click on the purchase or transfer domain option. Okay, so actually if you click that, you'll go ahead and search for the domain, mattsellshomes.com, and then you search and go through that process. Okay. If you click connect a domain, you're going to want to click that first option here, connect, and then you're going to go ahead and input your domain name. So again, this has to be an existing domain. All right. So I don't know what's going to come back if I put in mattsellshomes.com. But if I click continue, this is where it will go through the whole process of setting up your domain. Okay, it's pretty quick. It's pretty easy. You can do it manually. It's a lot easier if you just like Go High Level do it for you, and then so just go through the prompts there to add that in. So again, just wanted to bring that up. If you do have any difficulties doing this, just reach out to me and I can help you through it. But I wanted to bring that up again. If you have an existing domain that you're going to use for your website and Go High Level, go ahead and click connect the domain and go through the prompts there. So whether you're using GoDaddy or Squarespace or Google domains or something like that, if you're just going to purchase a brand new website domain, you can do it right out of here and Go High Level. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump back to our website editor. We're in websites here, and I'm going to go ahead and go through just some of the elements. So we're just going to use this Cancun real estate one. Most of you already have it loaded in your account, but I want to just get you familiar with the editor. So when you click into the website, this will show all the pages that are currently built out. Okay. In this case, this editor comes with this theme or template comes with these pre-built pages. All right. We're going to go ahead and jump into the home page here. So if we just click on that page, what you're going to see is basically what you can actually do is if you look at the top right of your editor, there is an I, and then next to that, there's like a floppy disk save button. So any edits that you perform that we're going to do today on this page, you can always save them just like you're saving a Word doc. The publish button is not much that you're going to do yet until you have your domain connected, but you can save something and continue to work on it in your draft mode. But when you're ready to publish it live, you just click that publish button. And then there's that little eye icon. If you click the eye, because right now you see a bunch of like blocks. Okay, this is all what you see and how we're going to build it out. But if you click that eye button, this will actually show you what it looks like to the viewer. Okay, and this is what we saw moments ago. All right. So what Go High Level is built off of in the editor is you'll see some. If I kind of scroll over, you'll see some green, some purple, some orange, sometimes some blue. Right. Go High Level is built off of sections. Within sections, there's columns or rows, and then within each row or column, there's elements. And so we'll go through what that all means. So essentially, it's just like editing a Word document, honestly. You can change all this stuff out. Let's say that if we've chosen this to be our website, we can actually click on this section in green. And when you click on that, what'll happen, whatever section of your page that you're looking to edit, over here on the right-hand side, there'll be another dashboard or wizard that opens up. And this is where you can control everything within that green section. All right. We're in Virginia Beach. Our beaches definitely don't look like this. So I might say, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and change this to something more specific to Hampton Roads. What you'll see here under the background section is where you can control that. So you have image. Okay, this is right now where it's being hosted. If I click that little icon here next to it, this will bring up different images in my library. Okay, now Go High Level does have some free stock imagery that you can use. You could use your own imagery that you've taken yourself. You can find some free content or images on the internet, or you can just use it directly out of Go High Level. So if you actually click under My Media, the one that I usually use is called Unsplash. So if you click on Unsplash, and then where it says search media, let's just do, you can type in house, all right? And it'll give you a list of just different available options. Okay, we can go through. I like this one. Let me click that, and I'll click insert media, and then there you go. And then that just gets inserted directly. Okay. You can also play around with the sizing. So if you click image options, you'll have, full center, full 100% width. So you can kind of play around with that to see what looks better. Okay. And then if I go ahead and click that save button there, and then I go back to you can kind of preview what that looks like. Okay. Still loading. So, let me go ahead. Right. So again, you can kind of mess around with this a little bit. I'm going to bring it back just for the sake of this tutorial because I want to show you how to add the search icons and all that jazz. I don't know why mine's not loading. Okay, so again, you can mess around with this. This would load. And again, play with images. Another area that you can go for, another website you can use for free photos is something called Pexels. So it's PEXELS.com if you go there. This is all free stock photography. All right. So you can even go in here. I use this place a lot. And again, you can put, house and see what's available. You don't have to worry about, any copyright issues, but all this site is free of use there, and you can download from there. All right. So I probably want to find something. So let me see if it's working now. If I click that. I do not know why mine's not loading. So, now what we can do is within here again, so we have our section. We can go in here and we can update any content. Okay, again, if we scroll over any of these areas, we can change the content out. Another popular item, of course, is if I want to change this out, let me do something that is do like a dark background. Just for the sake of this, because I don't know why it's not loading. I want to show you kind of the highlighted area. Is in having a real estate website, of course, is you're going to want to have, just like we have on our website, we have the search bar. Now, every agent, of course, you have an IDX broker account. We can connect that IDX broker account so that it connects to your search bar. And this is done through what's called custom HTML JavaScript. All right. So right now, this is going to bug me. Why this is not loading. Let's not be picking up the changes for some reason. Yeah, while I'm looking at it, Joe, go. Yeah, and feel free, guys. I want this to be interactive. Stop me at any time if you have any questions. Go ahead, Joe.
The IDX broker, that it's on the main Swell website, and of course it's the same as the one we have for our pages. My understanding is IDX Broker has two options for the search, the basic and the advanced. And I think the company that built the page, they put just the basic because you can't really the advanced is supposed to have um, waterfront, basically all the options that you have through Matrix through our MLS.
Hmm. Yeah, so what that's all customizable, Joe. So here's what if I go to IDX add-ons, actually let me do this. Let me go to go high level.
Actually, I think I have
Okay,
it
so this is the search tool right here. Okay,
right.
so this is all customizable. This is basically what's built. We pay for the advanced, not the basic.
Yeah.
So this is essentially so again, everybody's search tool is going to be different. This is actually where we customize that code, right? Because we have to select the specific agent. So for the other folks on here, what Joe's asking is when you're ready to plug in your search bar on your website, I need to provide that code to you because that's what this code snippet is below here. So we would, I guess, what we would need to do, Joe, is we need to customize this. So if I'm building this out, you'll see
Mhm.
how this looks here. So are you you're referring to going beyond these search fields? Is that right?
Yeah, if you go, let's just take, for instance, the Swell website. If you go to the Swell website,
Mm-hmm.
you will see the address, city, or
Correct.
price, but there's no option to, let's say, choose a
Like an advanced search. So
like the advanced search,
you're
like
talking about
a
this.
waterfront, and or one level or that kind of thing, which it may
Hmm.
be important to some buyers.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I need to look at the the fields that are showing up here, search criteria. Yep. So this is where we add those advanced fields. So right now there's not current. So we have the advanced search set up. But on your code snippet, we need to add that on your code snippet. You see how there's no advanced field set up?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's where we would do that. So yeah, I can work on that for you.
Okay, awesome.
Um, so if we go ahead and jump back in here, all right. If you look at this specific code snippet and you click on that, okay, you'll see an option that says Open Code Editor. And if you click on that option right now, there's nothing here. Okay. This is where and again, I could help you guys with this if you're looking to have a search bar embedded on your website. But basically, we would be taking this snippet that we built out, how you want your search bar to look like, what fields and everything. Okay, and then we would essentially just copy that into this script here. Okay, so actually, if I did this just for the sake of this tutorial, I copy that, and then I go back to our editor. Paste that in, click save. Okay, that is now going to update. I click save again. And I have no idea why. I have to look at why this is not updating the back there. But now you'll see on this template that these areas, so it's actually a functioning search bar at this point. Okay. So again, that's essentially where we would go and configure all that. It's driving me nuts that it's not updating.
Are you using Chrome?
I am.
It might be that, because Chrome just holds everything in cache, so it might be the.
Yeah, I mean, we could go into, I mean, that's my guess, but again, it updated the other photos. So let me see. So if I, let me just, so let's, for instance, um, start your home search today. Okay, so again, you can easily change up text and all that. Save. Yeah, okay, so it must be something to do with the background because that updated.
Hmm.
Um, but anyways, so again, that's I just wanted to show you everything else on within the editor is pretty straightforward. It's really just a matter of how you want your website to look. Okay, some agents again customizing up at the top, adding pages. The editor, it's WYSIWYG. It's what you see is what you get pretty much. So if you say, for instance, under here, now again, we talked about sections and columns and rows and elements, but let me show you how all that works. So if I'm over here and I click, if you hover over, you'll see a little plus sign that opens up. If I click that button, all right, this is going to open up the rest of the editor. And what you can do from here are all the different elements that you can use to build out the site. So let's say that, I don't know, let's say that I wanted to add a video on my website. Okay. What you can do is if you click sections, all right, I'm going to add a full width section here. So if I click that, boom, you'll see now a new green window opened up, and that just built out another part of this home page. Now from in here in the section, we can click add. It'll bring that option back up. And let's do, we're going to do some rows. Okay. So in here, let's do a 2-column row. That'll look nice. Okay. Now it'll give me different blocks to edit each row on this section. Let's say I wanted to add some content here. And I can go to, let's do headline. Okay. Um, watch, watch my video on how I helped these buyers. Okay. And then over here, again, we're going to click on that orange button plus add. And I'm going to go ahead and find my video. So if you keep scrolling down here, you'll see other options. All right, under media, you have some other options there. If I want to go ahead and do a video, and again, you can add an image. Maybe you have a picture of your client. But in this case, if we wanted to do a video, we click video, and that opens up a little thumbnail there. All right. If I actually click on that, here goes my action items on the right side again. Okay. So you'll see a bunch of different options to customize that. Under element options, you have video type, hosted video. That just means you're hosting the video with Go High Level. A lot of times we're probably using YouTube, right? So if I select that option, I'll click YouTube as the host, and then it's going to ask me to paste in the video URL. Okay. So if I go over and let's find a nice video on, um, let's say, home buyer education. Okay, here's one I'll just use for the sake of this tutorial.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Whiteboard Finance.
And
My
what I'm
name
going
is
to
Marco,
do
and I'm
is
here
I'm
to
going to
help
just
you
copy this
master your money
URL,
and build.
go back to my editor, and in the video URL, paste that in there, and there it is, right? So pretty simple. I can even change and mess around with the sizing. Okay, this one right now is set at half width, but I can do full width and make that bigger, 3/4 and so forth, so you can play around with that, right? But I want to show you guys just how easy it is to set these up. Again, same thing. If I go here and create another section, and this time I did one with a photo, right? So if I do 2 columns, I go ahead and click add into my element there. And this time, let me do image. All right. And then you can, again, just like we were playing with that background, there's your image. We can find something here. Let's do this one here. Insert media, and boom, there it goes. Okay. Let me click save just to show you guys how it's displaying on the site. And there you go. You kind of see what we're building out, right? So again, really the point here is just to kind of show you how simple it is to add these elements. Okay. We can even go in here and let's do another section and see some other available options, right? So you can click add. And again, rows, we talked about text. Let's say we want to add a lead form. All right. So we can go in here and click form. And we can actually add. So this is actually a button that I added. Let me do, so if I click add, there's a form builder down here. Okay, yep. So that was a button to the form. If I click form, okay, what'll happen is, let me do this real quick. So in each of your Go High levels, if you click back, when we're in our website area, all of your forms are connected in here as well. So if you're in your site option, if you click forms up here, and then there's a drop down, and we're going to select builder. Okay, you'll see all of our main website forms that we build out. Okay, but let's say you want to create a new one for your site. So if you click add form at the top right, you could do from templates. Again, it's a lot easier. And then this will show again, just similar to how we were looking at the website themes, these are available forms that you can use. You can choose one that's pre-made. You can even search by most popular. Maybe you just want a basic form set up. Okay, so let me say, all right, this one looks nice. I'm going to go ahead and click choose template. And what it'll do is it'll add this to your forms library and then open up the form builder. What I'm going to do here is, let's say that I want to change the text, or kind of go in here and play with this. So if I click on the form itself, alt text, we can go ahead and put in any type of, again, fields or anything like that that we want created with the form. You have your settings option. We won't dive into this too deep. This will probably be another series, but just to kind of show where they're submitted or they're sent to. And then you can control all of your submissions that are also routed to your Go High Level CRM.
Matt, I got a question.
Yes.
In the my old provider host for the my old website, I had added the Google and the Facebook. I forget what they're called, but if you have a Facebook account, or let's say for a form, if you just click on it, and then provides all the information that Facebook has on that particular client or that particular lead, or the same thing with Google. Is it possible the same through Go High Level? I haven't looked into it yet.
So are you referring to just, are you talking about the leads that are coming straight out of Facebook?
Well, no, let's say for instance, I drive somebody to my page. And I say, hey, if you want to, I can send you, something. I can send you this book or ebook or whatever. Just click here, and then the Google has an option to embed into the code, so that when somebody clicks on it, and if they're using Chrome and they're logged in, it automatically pre-fills all that information. The
Oh
same,
yeah, I know what you're referring to. Yeah,
yeah.
so that's going to be on. So that will be a connection that you build into Go High Level.
Okay.
because that's going to be on Facebook or Google side, unless you're looking for like an HTML code to pass over. I'd probably have to look at how it's being done, Joe, honestly.
Okay.
Um, yeah, because I mean the form builders, these are basically these are what you're building on Go High Level side. So if somebody's on Facebook and they click on something that you posted there, then you could send them off to the form on Go High Level.
Right.
But you want to keep them on Facebook in this case, is what
Well,
you're
either or. If they're on Facebook and if I do an ad, and then I create the form from Facebook, it automatically pre-fills that information that
correct.
Facebook has. But if somebody is coming to my website from not from Facebook, but from whatever, and
Mhm.
they click on, hey, I wanna get this that you're
To
offering.
pre-fill their information on your
Right.
form.
Yes. Yeah.
It'll all, I'd have to look at that. I'm not sure. I mean, we could always test it,
Yeah.
because a lot of that is really, it's all, that's all based on the browser, right? So that's all browser settings.
Yeah.
Um, so if they've done that on Facebook or, anywhere else and they've saved their contact information, if they go and load up another form, they go to your website and go to fill out and they start to input their content, they should be able to pre-fill their info there because of
Right.
what's saved on their
Yeah,
browser.
that's exactly what it does.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So that's all going to be based on their browser settings in that case. Um,
And I got another question. So
mhm.
on your website, you have, which I had on mine, valuation for your home. Is that from IDX broker as well?
That's correct. Yeah, that's all powered from IDX Broker.
Okay.
You could use that. There's other ones on the internet. So this one, for instance, where do we have that? I think we have a seller's options here. Yeah, free home valuation right here. So if
Yeah.
I put in, this is all powered from IDX Broker.
Okay. All right.
Yep. Um, so if I'm back in here and we were working on that form. So if I go back in here, open up my editor and scroll down. Oh, not sure where I put that, but let's just go ahead and add that area. Okay, so if I click add, and I'm going to go ahead and embed the form, right? So if I click on form, it'll say you do not have any forms yet. So if I click on into that element, this is where it'll load up my option to find that form we just built. So in this case, maybe I'll do buyer form, and that'll load up the form right there. Okay, so again, everything's pre-built out of that form builder. Um, So that is essentially where now again, most of this is going to be powered from IDX Broker. If you're, there's really two sides to this to a website. There's just basic static content, and these are pages that you can build out that yourself. So you can actually go up here into add elements, and actually you can do if you click on the pages tab. All right, you'll see all of your different pages that have been set up. Okay. Um, but you can certainly add to it and add any additional pages that you'd like on your website. If you go into the back option here, you can click add new page. So if you click add new page, let's say that we've had some agents that want to do a preferred partners page. You might click preferred partners. Okay. Create new page, and that'll open up in your editor. All right, and again, you can click use existing or create from blank. And if we click create from blank, this will load up the page here. All right, and we can go through and again kind of use some of those same elements in terms of building out our page. But these are basic content pages. These are pages that you're probably going to have up in your top navigation, right? Your home page, maybe an about page. There might be a little bio about you. If I actually go here and you'll see there's already an about page that was pre-built. So if I click in here, okay, you can, again, customize all of this. If I want to go up here and change the brand logo, okay, you'll see everything that pops up. We'll find that option for the brand logo again. There it is. This one's pulling our main Swell Real Estate one, but again, you can go in here and select your own logo. You could change out the background colors, right? Mess with that content, change out the colors and so forth. So that's different. But again, everything's controlled within these sections. Go in here, again, change out your photo, click image. I don't know, let's do this one. And you'll see that that can be quickly updated. All right. So again, everything is controlled from here. If you look up at the top, you can control your navigation items. Okay, so when I'll see here to the right side, everything that's available. So home, map search, our communities button, you can click add item. All right, and this will have the option. So I can put about me and then go to the website URL. We can actually select go to a page. And then that page can be our About Us page that we're editing right now. And I can click submit. And so now you'll see that that option opened up in the navigation menu. All right, so when somebody clicks on that, this is what they'll see. So again, everything is controlled up here. You can customize, again, your top end navigation, add pages from that point, and then connect them through that URL. Okay, so I want to go ahead. There's a lot of information to go through, a lot of different buttons. I mean, honestly, guys, this is one of those things that you really have to just kind of get your hands dirty, dive in here and play around with a lot of the features. Get used to the sections, the rows, the columns, the different elements that are available. I mean, there's tons of options, right? I mean, you can go in here and you can add anything from, you know, forms, buttons, contact us, right? There's a widget marketplace that has a bunch of information you can add, like slideshows, you know, galleries or anything like that. You can go into elements and go through, for instance, like testimonials. I click add and go into testimonials there. That'll open up a little testimonials template. So again, pretty pre-built out. You can go in here and customize that. You can also connect it to your Google reviews if you wanted to. And so again, everything is pretty nicely laid out. It's just a matter of you following what layout you want, and then going in and changing out a lot of the imagery and content. The biggest thing I would say is certainly don't try and don't get too much into building from scratch to start. When you go into sites and you click new website, save yourself some time. These templates already look pretty fresh. If you go into, again, the real estate area, you'll see options there that you know that you can select from. Find one that fits what you're looking to do. And again, everything can be customized, right? So you might like this. This is a commercial property inspector, but it doesn't mean that it has to be that specific vertical. Okay, you can go in and customize the colors, the content, you know, the imagery, all the pages up here, right? And then hook them up to your contact form. One thing to add real quick before I turn it over to any questions is when you are in your website editor and fooling around with this, you always want to make sure that you're double checking what the view looks like on mobile as well. You know, we live in the age of mobile. Most people are going to access your websites, not necessarily from their main desktop, but on their mobile device. So if you look up here, you'll see a desktop mode, and then you'll see one that says mobile mode. If you click on mobile mode, you'll see what it looks like on a phone device. Okay, so I'm already looking at this and saying, well, these things need to be adjusted. Okay, if I click on this, we probably need to move this over, right? Um, where are our, I need to find my, we need to align this button, right? So I might click the button alignment, okay? And then go back here to the next button, styles, and get that, so centered. So you might be going through and seeing, okay, this looks good on my desktop, but always make sure you're double checking on your mobile view to see what it looks like and make sure everything is still in place, okay? And Joe, just to add, I will get that privacy and all that added for you.
Okay. Well, no, I can add it. As a matter of fact, I was working on a different website, different from the Cancun one. So, but yeah, and I'm just going to add one page for privacy alone. So I just copy what I used to have.
Yeah, because this is the one that we have. This is our privacy policy. And then we have terms and conditions.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Does anybody have any questions or want to dive through anything? All right. Well, if you do, if you guys start playing around with this, reach out to me with any questions and I'd be happy to walk you through. If there's like a certain element that you're having trouble or the layout's just not quite right, let me know. What I would probably do is get your website ready first and then go ahead and begin transferring in your domain and then we can launch that. If you do have any questions on how to transfer your domain or get it launched on your domain, sometimes that can be a little bit finicky. But just give me a shout and I can help you through it.
Hey
All right.
Matt, one suggestion for the
Mm-hmm.
people that haven't are afraid they have been afraid to try it out. They can clone the website that's already there, that IDX. They can clone it and you just start playing with the clone copy of it.
Yeah, are you referring to
If you
the
go back to yeah. So if you take, for instance, one of those,
Mhm.
you can there
Yeah.
you can clone it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So again, what Joe's saying too, if you kind of want to just play around with something, but yeah, you can certainly clone it, and I can add this to your account. So again, some agents might really get into these templates and mess around with it and change it so it doesn't even look like anything close to the original template. But some might just say, Matt, this one works perfectly fine. I just need to make some minor adjustments. Maybe I want to change the logo. I want to have my about information instead of the main company's, changing up this information. And that's fine. I can load these into your Go High Level accounts. All right.
Okay.
But yeah, absolutely. You can have as many of these sites as you want. You can clone these pages if you want. You'll see we have our main site. We also have our careers website. There's that template that we were talking about. And yeah, and so but again, it's really just a matter of getting there. Don't feel like you're going to be breaking anything. Just go in, take a look at some of the themes, the options, play around with it, and if you have any questions or if there's something that you're trying to do that, Go High Level makes it, customization is there. I mean, you can make it extremely easy on yourself, but if you're a little bit more advanced and you're more specific in what you want to bring to life when it comes to your website, and your online visibility, chances are that those tools and options are there with Go High Level. So, it's kind of all up to you in that case. But with that being said, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. If you guys have any questions, let me know. You know how to reach me. And next week, just due to the holiday, we won't have one of these, but the week after, it will be regarding, I think, social media. So we're actually going to dive into the marketing tab here and go through the social planner, setting up, queuing posts, how to use AI to build out our posts, scheduling them, using, content, everything through Go High Level. So of course, we'll want to make sure that we get our Facebook and any other social media channels that we have connected. You can actually do that right out of the marketing tab. Just click that Facebook, Instagram, and you can go through the prompts to getting that set up. So we'll go through bulk scheduling, like I said, queuing social media posts so you can kind of set it and forget it. And we'll go through all that. All
One
right.
last question, Matt.
Yeah, go ahead.
So just to make sure that so on the search, when let's say I go to my website, Go High Level and search for a property, and it takes me to the Swell main website for the searches, for the results. Is that the way it's supposed to be?
Yeah, so you're gonna have, because you have an agent account. So if I go into, have you launched your site yet?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so which one is it?
Um, the um, the Cancun, the main one. That's the one
This
that
one?
yeah, that's the one I have the my domain attached or pointed
Okay.
to.
What's your domain?
It's joehernandezrealty.com.
Okay, perfect. All right. So
So let's say I
yes.
want to search Virginia Beach, 300 to 800,000.
Yeah, so this is gonna take you to your, let's see, let me just click. So this right here, searchsellwithswell.com,
Yeah.
this is all tied to your account. This is your IDX broker URL. Okay. So yeah, it's not the top
Icon.
yeah, the top icon pulls from our main IDX broker account that all of our agents are on. But
Okay.
this is all being populated from your IDX broker. So
Okay.
I don't know if I can ask the development team if there's a way we can customize the header. I just think that's going to be because this is all on the IDX side. So I can check on that to
Okay.
see. I think we went through this before with them, and I have to get back and see if that's an option, or if we can hide the header, or what opportunities we have with that.
Okay.
So, but just so you know, this is all because this is that, again, see the string and of course the ID and so forth. This is all tied to
Right. The sub
your
account.
specific IDX broker, correct?
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thank you. And then you're going to look into adding the more advanced.
Yeah, I have that on my list too. I'm going to work on that this afternoon.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, it was great going through this. If you have any questions, give me a shout, and yeah, happy website building.
Thanks, man.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.